Sports, a place where many athletes find success.
This is likely the final play that matters. End zone wide open. What a night for Mike Williams.
But where there's a winner, there has to be a loser.
He came a long way. You hear me? Come here, I love you, bro. Real.
It's one thing to watch the game, but another to analyze it. Let's talk about the numbers. You ready?
Black leather glove, no see-through. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite shit. Nike crossbody got a piece in. Got a dance, but it's really on some street shit. I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide.
Yeah, YouTube! What's going on, man? Back at again with another video. It's your boy, Numbers Fan Jay, and welcome. Welcome to Victory Monday. We made it. My boys. My boys. Woo! Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome. So, we have completed the first Sunday of the NFL season, the first Thursday as well, and we do have two Monday night games tonight, don't we? So we got all but four teams that have played one game so far in the NFL. So, we got a little bit of news to get into, but before I get into that, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're new, welcome again. Welcome to Victory Monday. Welcome to my channel. Now, let's get into some news. So, bad news here. Got some injury news. Le'Veon Bell got hurt. Hamstring injury. They say he might miss a couple weeks. Okay, so he's not out for the season. It's not too bad. But in a little bit worse news, Marlon Mack, second-year running back out of Indianapolis, he is out for the season with a torn Achilles. Terrible news. You hate to hear any player get hurt at any time, but especially in week one. You're just getting started on your working. You're working. You're getting out there getting the work done, and then suddenly, boom, you can't do it. So just terrible news for him. Hopefully he can make a full recovery and we get to see him again next year. Now, on to the positive side. Like I said, 14 teams have been played. That leaves 2 games left to be played tonight to end week 1. Did your team win or did they lose? Let me know in the comment below and let me know what you think about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into some analysis for these week 1 games. Let's get it, man. Starting off with the Thursday night game. Texans at Chiefs. 34-20 Texans. 34-20 Chiefs. We got this one right. Okay. Kansas City had no turnovers in this game. They won time of possession 34 minutes to about 25 minutes. So, needless to say, like I told you guys, the Texans defense has been terrible. It was bad yet again. They could not get off the field. And just a lot of things that need to be fixed in Houston right now. There was a sign that said, Houston, you have a problem. That is very true. Moving on. Starting on with the early games. Dolphins at Patriots. We got this one right. Cam Newton scored the first 2 touchdowns for the New England Patriots in his debut. Both rushing touchdowns. No turnovers for Cam in this game. The Patriots defense still looks stellar, holding the Dolphins to 182 passing yards. Next game, we have Seahawks at Falcons. We got this one right. We picked the Seahawks. They won 38-25. Russell Wilson had 4 touchdowns and 4 incompletions. Let me say that again because I don't think you heard me. 4 touchdowns and 4 incompletions on 35 attempts. That is insane. That is insane, man. But they got the win there. Eagles at football team, at the Washington football team. We know they are not the Washington Redskins anymore. Still searching for a new name. Eagles blew a 17-0 lead in this game. Washington had 8 sacks and 2 interceptions on defense in this game. Ron Rivera, I heard took an IV at halftime. Now, I don't know what team could lose. Seeing their coach get an IV at I mean, goodness gracious. That is incredible. This dude, hats off to him. Hats off to this Washington team as well. On the Eagles side, come on. You were up 17-0. But double hats off to the Washington football team. Going on to the Packers at Vikings game. Packers won this game 43-34. Very high scoring game. I picked the Packers, got this one right. I did get the Eagles game wrong. I picked the Eagles. But Aaron Rodgers in this Packers game threw for 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Devontae Adams had 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. Valdez-Scantling had four catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. So these guys were rolling. They were rolling, guys. Packers win on the road to start the season. Colts at Jaguars. I picked the Colts, and I got this one wrong. I thought Phillip Rivers, usually plays good against the Jaguars. Not really. 363 yards, yeah, that's fine. You moved the ball. Threw 1 touchdown to 2 interceptions. Also lost Marlon Mack, but seeing Phillip Rivers go do the same thing that he did in LA and San Diego, it just did my heart some good because I kept telling y'all on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, Phillip Rivers is a gunslinger. That's what they call him, a gunslinger. He takes unnecessary risks and he loses games like this. There's no way that you lose to the Jaguars. There's no way. This is ridiculous. But I don't have to be upset about it anymore because you're no longer my quarterback. So, anyway, moving on. That just felt good. Bears at Lions. 27-23. Bears came out with the win. We got this one right. Shout out my boy Dante. Y'all did it, man. He was here to see the Bears get the dub in the clutch. Mitchell Trubisky, 243 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers for Mitchell Trubisky. Anthony Miller out of the M, baby. Scored the game-winning touchdown. Shout out Anthony Miller, man. Keep working. Adrian Peterson did show up with 93 yards on the ground, so that was heartwarming as well. But just amazing. Amazing job by Trubisky and Anthony Miller in this game. The Raiders at the Panthers. Las Vegas Raiders, I should say. Their first game as the Las Vegas Raiders. 34-30. Raiders got the win. This was Josh Jacobs versus Christian McCaffrey. That's what it boiled down to. Josh Jacobs did outperform him. Christian McCaffrey had 134 yards total, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs had 139 yards total and 3 touchdowns. So, the Raiders did pull out the win in the end. Jets at Bills. The Bills have receivers. Like Hassan Whiteside said, we got shooters. Josh Allen should be saying, I got receivers. But, yeah, the Bills won this game 27-17. Their defense looked good. Allen threw for 312, 2 touchdowns. First quarterback in Buffalo to throw for 300 yards since 2016, which was Tyrod Taylor. But he also ran for 57 yards and a rushing touchdown as well. So he had three total touchdowns on the game. Browns at Ravens. The Ravens did pretty much just demolish the Browns here, okay? They demolished. Lamar had the highest passer rating for a reigning MVP in the history of the league. And we're going to leave that right there. They just 38-6, boom, get them out of here. Biggest blowout of the day. Then we move on to Chargers at Bengals, my boys.
Brother Collins, give me that beat one time.
I did not expect this game to be this close, but after losing Derwin James, I can understand. Defense looked pretty solid, but there were some times late in the game, in the second half, where we allowed Joe Burrow to get some wide open throws. He missed them. Rookie mistakes, can't miss wide open receivers. He missed a couple of them for touchdowns, like they were in the end zone. And I was like, oh, goodness gracious. But we're going to have to get that fixed immediately because we play Patrick Mahomes next week. But anyway, Austin Eckler had 84 yards rushing. Joshua Kelly, the rookie running back, showed some burst, 60 yards rushing himself, and he scored the only touchdown for us so far this season. The defense, Chargers defense, 3 sacks, 1 interception. They played pretty solid. Like I said, we had a couple plays in the secondary where we left the guys wide open in the end zone and Joe Burrow missed them. So, please, let's get that fixed in the next 7 days because we can't have Patrick Mahomes seeing wide open receivers. He's not going to miss. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, moving on. Buccaneers at Saints. Breeze is now 4-2 versus Brady. I got this one right. I picked the Saints. Brady threw 2 interceptions, and they just overall looked out of sync offensively. Couldn't hit Gronk, couldn't hit Mike Evans. They just couldn't get those 2 guys going. Now, Chris Godwin caught 6 out of his 7 targets, and I'm thinking maybe he should have just kept throwing to him. Just keep throwing to him until it stops working. That's just my opinion. But anyway, Saints did get that win, 34-23. Defense didn't look that good either. So Buccaneers got a lot of things to work on as well. Cardinals at 49ers. I did pick the Cardinals. I did tell you guys that the Cardinals would come out with a dub, and they did. 24-20. Cardinals, this all started when the Cardinals went down 2 possessions. I think that's what woke these guys up. They were down 10-0, and they seemed to make plays every time they went down. Every time they're down, they're making plays. Right? So it started off with a block punt. They were down 10-0. Block punt, that leads to a touchdown. Goal line stand when they're down 13-7. That could have been a 20-7 lead, and 49ers could have been putting the game away. Cardinals stood up on defense. Kyler Murray ran for a 23-yard touchdown when they were down 13-10. So this team is this showed resilience for me. It showed a lot of resilience for this team. Go ahead touchdown with 5 minutes left in the game as well. Clutch, way to respond for the Cardinals. A lot of teams lay down, going down big in week 1. You went down 10, you did not give up, you kept fighting. And you got the dub at the end of the game. So I think Jimmy G played pretty solid as well. He didn't play bad. There were a few throws, though, that were behind or too far. As well as in the Browns game. That reminds me, in the Browns game, Baker Mayfield just did not look good. And you could tell Odell Beckham's body language, he just didn't like what he was getting from his quarterback. Like, it seemed like every pass he threw to Odell was just off. It was too far ahead, too far behind, not catchable. It was just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I told y'all Baker would be the wild card last year. He's the wild card again this year. We don't know when Baker is going to catch on, if he ever is going to catch on. He has to be better. But anyway, kind of got off track there. Cowboys at Rams were the night game, Sunday night. I picked the Cowboys and they let me down again. I picked them. Y'all know I'm not fond of the Cowboy fan base. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year. But I picked the Cowboys, and yet again, they let me down at the end of the game. 17-20 against the Rams. Cowboys were 25% on third down. There's no way that you're 25% on third down. Greg Zuerlein missed the field goal in this game, and they lost by 3. You see how everything is coming back at the end? Everything is coming back. You have to do things right. You have to execute in the NFL. The other team is going to win 9 times out of 10. But Dak had questionable decisions all game, especially in the fourth. Targeting Jalen Ramsey? You're giving this guy highlights? Like, what? He's hit sticking your receiver, man. I mean, goodness. He's locked down. Why are you targeting him? I like the competitive nature. You know, you don't want to show anybody you're scared of them, right? But you don't want to just go after them. And they're proven to be one of the best players in the league. Like, that's not smart. But anyway, going on to my cow, my pal, my coach of the week, and my player of the week. Coach of the week for me has to be Ron Rivera. I mean, how could it not be? You're taking IV at halftime. Your team outscores the other team 20-0. I'm looking at the stats like, am I reading this correctly? 20-0 in the second half after you take an IV. Oh my gosh. That's a team that wants to play for you. That's all I can say. Now I have a triple Cole Player of the Week. 3 of them. And I couldn't turn them down. 1, Cam Newton. Debut as a Patriots first starting quarterback for the Patriots, and we don't even know how long. We've seen Tom Brady as the quarterback for them forever. He won. He got a win. He scored 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Cam Newton won as a Patriot. That's crazy. New England Patriot. But anyway, Russell Wilson is my second Cole Player of the Week. 4 touchdowns, 4 incompletions. I can't say that enough. 4 touchdowns, 4 incompletions, 35 attempts. That's a dream game for a quarterback, man. You throw as many touchdowns as you throw incompletions. There's not more that you can ask for there. But anyway, Mitchell Trubisky, 8 of 10 in the fourth quarter. Mitchell Trubisky is growing in front of our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. All this slander about him, and he's not good. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He comes out week 1 and says, boom, how about that? And he won in the clutch as well. Like, it just makes it that much sweeter for Mitchell Trubisky. But now y'all know it's time to flip the M to a dub. Let's get it. The 3 most important questions for you for this past week, for week 1. Not including, of course, not including the games that come on tonight. But that's neither here nor there. Who won why? So who looked the most impressive this week so far? And this question is for you guys. I'm going to leave this one open-ended for y'all. Who do y'all think was the most impressive team? Who do y'all think was the most impressive coach, impressive player, defense? Let me know. Who was most impressive to you this week so far? Was it the Seahawks? Was it the Ravens? Was it the Chiefs? Let me know. Let me know. What? I already said who. What did the Texans do now? I don't even know the answer to this one, guys. What do the Texans do now that you go to the playoffs, you lose to the Chiefs. You come out week 1, you lose to the Chiefs again. And it's the same story. Your defense sucks. And now you don't have DeAndre Hopkins, but you somehow managed to score 20 points. I mean, what? Deshaun Watson is still getting killed. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Why? Why did the Buccaneers look so bad this week? And that's another one I want to leave open-ended to y'all. I don't know. You know, personally, I think it's because they made so many additions. And it's just hard. No preseason. You don't get to go see what you look like against other teams. You come out week 1 against the Saints, who most of their roster has been together for a few years. They know what they like to do. They know what they don't like to do. It's tough. It's tough. Now, that's it. Oh, don't forget, of course, Steelers at Giants tonight, 6:10 Central Time. Doubleheader, meaning we're following that game with Titans at Broncos, 9:20 Central Time. Eastern Conference Finals video prediction dropping today, baby. Y'all know I got you. I'm giving you the NBA and the NFL, plus my Motivation Monday video. Check that out, please. I'll leave a card to that up here. Go check me out. Go check me out. I'm going to leave it right here, y'all. And I'll be back. It's your boy, Jay. We out of here.